It's composed by Aphrodite from Greece, I'm Camila from Brazil, Eric's from Mexico, Fazila from Pakistan, Kevin's from Botswana, Merit from Sweden, and Nasser from Tanzania. So as you see, we are all from different backgrounds, what helped us through this successful journey. And our initial challenge was assigned by us from Stockholm Culture and Urban Environment Department, and was initially phrased as, how could we design solutions that would enable a thriving nightlife in a specific region of Stockholm, Slakthusområdet, and how might those solutions be used as a model for future projects in Stockholm? So our challenge giver was Paul, and we were going to introduce a short video with some insights from our challenge.
Hi, my name is Paul. My goal is to improve entertainment life in this beautiful city. Lately, Stockholm hasn't been so fun for everyone. Oh, not again.
Really? Another complaint? I'm so tired of this situation. Any ideas about what to do after dinner? Maybe going somewhere around. It's quite cold outside and I don't really want to go that far.
Whoa, it's so late. It feels quite dangerous now.
I do have an idea about an event I would like to happen in my neighborhood, but I don't really know who to reach out to.
Who wants to help us create an astonishing solution for this?
So as the course suggested, we followed the design thinking process and so as to come up with a solution to our challenge. This process consists of 5 steps, namely empathize, define, ideate, and prototype and test, which are being constantly revised. As mentioned in the beginning of the presentation, our challenge had as objective to suggest solutions for the nightlife in Slakthusområdet. We mapped out our stakeholder group, interviewed many of them, and through research, we realized that the challenge had to be revised. We underwent the redefined process several times, and ultimately a redefined challenge aimed to include all the parties involved in our stakeholder map you can see here on your left. Thus, it was rephrased as, how might we create efficient dialogue between neighbors, venues, and venue guests to foster sustainable entertainment and an inclusive environment in Stockholm's club scene? During the ideate phase, we came up with 4 possible solutions to the challenge. These were the feedback loop, which intends on giving and receiving feedback about entertainment, interactive map, a map enabling Stockholm entertainment nightlife in your fingertips, Winter Like Summer, which is a neighborhood inclusion program, and the entertainment manual, which would provide the know-how of the entertainment, mainly focusing to entrepreneurs. But since we had to select and move on with just one idea, we followed a 5-step process. First, we asked for the feedback of our challenge giver, and this led to the elimination of one concept, which was the manual. We also delivered an online survey to stakeholders, asking them to rank the 3 remaining concepts. Since noise appeared as an important factor based on open feedback from previous surveys, we conducted a survey specifically about it so as to get more insights. After that, we had negotiation between the team to consider all the factors. As a final step, we assessed the concepts based on all collected feedback, considering also the desirability, feasibility, and viability they may entail. And combining all the results, the solution we moved forward with is the Winter Like Summer concept.
I think Winter like summer as part of a celebration in the dark nights, lit up by the fire that has great power for forging will and determination, which warms up the cold winter night and builds a strong sense of community and harmony for the neighbors. Now more than ever, due to COVID that shook our worlds, this fire is needed to reactivate and speed up the entertainment business in Stockholm.
To visually explain how the Winter Like Summer concept works, we created a journey map. We see its execution as a circular process, which is described step by step in this map here. The first step is to welcome the neighbors by the tenant board and also close by venues, restaurants, and clubs in the neighborhood. The neighbors receive welcome letters with invitations to join the annual event, which is exclusive to the neighbors and is scheduled in January, which is one of the darkest months in Sweden. The objective of the annual event is for the neighbors to come together to mingle, get the summer plan from all nearby venues. It is also a great way to kick off the dialogue platform between venues and neighbors and launch the neighborhood winter program. The neighborhood exclusive winter program is tailored based on the demographics of the neighborhood areas and could include, for example, yoga for 60 plus, single ready to mingle parties, and after work gatherings, that way making multiple use of venue space during the winter time. These targeted neighborhood events at the venues would also include a point reward system, for example, handing out vouchers and offering 10 to 15% discounts that go towards the sponsorship of local club sports. Finally, there will be an establishment of the venue and neighborhood dialogue platform, where the tenant boards and venue representatives, probably an ambassador, addresses concerns of the involved parties, channels feedback and suggestions regarding this neighborhood winter program, as well as venues summer programs. This way, the neighborhood platform gets evaluated and has the potential for improvement geared towards the upcoming year.
Yes, and now we did the SWOT analysis for our idea, and we have like the strengths of our idea is like the less complaint which are reported to Meljo Helsa, and the increase of tolerance level among the neighbors living nearby the venues, and also the strong local networking which is building by the relationship between the neighbors, and also the healthy local community to reduce the sadness during dark months, and also the new revenue stream due to multiple uses of venue spaces, as explained in the journeyman by Fazilat, like the venues can be used in multiple events from the neighbors, and also the neighborhood appreciation due to the lively, safe environments, especially during the nighttime. Uh, in terms of the weaknesses, we have the lack of suitable resources to support this idea, and also it is not compelling enough, lack of infrastructure to manage communication flow, and also many people to be coordinated, and there is lack of single point of interest. And in terms of opportunities, creation of opportunities in the Stockholm city from the scalable neighborhood networking, and also the local program could be expanded to more businesses and the new possible connections and businesses to solve the neighborhood issues. And in terms of threats, there is a clash between the neighborhood habit, especially traveling during the winter time. And also there is a risk to aggravate the relationship between the neighbor and the venues if the dialogue which is suggested will not operate accordingly.
Yes, and as was shown in the recent slide, there were a few weak spots with our concept we had identified and that we would like to address a bit more in length. And those were, again, lack of interest or the lack of appeal, a lack of funds or resources, and that there is a general lack of infrastructure today as to accommodate this kind of program. And to make up for these weak spots, we want to highlight certain aspects of Winter Like Summer that we feel address these weaknesses in particular. And first of all, we would like to see, or we think that an initial one-off investment could go pretty far to creating this single entry point and the dialogue platform that is at the core of Winter Like Summer. And given that such a grant exists, or that such a platform exists, the next point that we would like to highlight is that the dialogue platform itself, which would be a digital solution. I think Fazila spoke a bit about it, but that in essence enables neighbors and venues to communicate more directly. And this communication would be through representatives appointed through the tenant boards from nearby houses and by the venues in the area. And we think that both parties would have quite strong incentives to participate in this. Neighbors are giving more meaningful activities, and venues are giving access to data that allows them to tailor events and marketing more precisely. And this is especially true because the data can actually be confirmed by direct communication. And the increased direct communication will also allow neighbors to voice concerns and impact what happens in their neighborhood, which would serve to raise tolerance, which would obviously be very positive for both groups. We also would like to see a loyalty program as a part of this concept, and that would be a little bit like a membership card where you could collect points that could act as a form of currency. You could access special deals. And this would allow venues to target a wide audience with deals and promo, as well as provide neighbors with the perks that come with these deals, obviously. And we think that this in part would contribute to making the solution fund itself, because the club would offer discounts in exchange for increased traffic. So all in all, these three key aspects of Winter Like Summer would also address the three major weaknesses that we identified in our SWOT, which is that they all contribute to adding resources to the program. They all make the program appealing to participate in with clear gains for each group, and they would solve the lack of infrastructure that we have today.
We estimated that the introduction of Winter Like Summer could drive an incremental net benefit of 5 million SEK to Stockholm in yearly basis, as from year 2 of implementation. We base our calculations by introducing Winter Like Summer in 5 Stockholm neighborhoods. We define these neighborhoods areas using a Stockholm statistic database, which also provide us with the demographics of those areas. We then define and estimated the cost of the program. The one-off cost that Mary was mentioning are the investment to enable multi-use and develop the dialogue platform, and also a yearly cost like running the loyalty program and to support the dialogue platform, like a representative from the venues, marketing, etc. And finally, we estimated also the new revenue streams for the venues. Based on our assumptions, 95% of the new potential income actually comes from the new traffic generated by the neighborhood events.
And now we would like to show you another video that will give you more of an idea of this concept in practice.
Wow! I feel so excited about my new neighborhood. It looks so perfect.
I wouldn't be that positive if I were you. I used to live there and it was so noisy and boring. I used to complain a lot, but nothing changed.
Well, I don't know. I received a mail that made me have another opinion, to be honest.
I kinda agree. I also remember the old neighborhood. No entertainment for everyone, not a safe environment.
Well, now the area implemented the Winter Like Summer model, so things have changed. Let me share some information with you.
As mentioned before, every resident receives a welcome letter. There, you'll be invited to join the network, plus to attend a winter exclusive party. All neighbors are going to be there, so don't miss the chance to meet them and mingle. This is organized by our board together with the tenant boards and venues as part of our neighbor exclusive program.
We plan all together so everyone is included and satisfied.
It's so true. I have so many things to do in this neighborhood, and there are many activities not only for me but for my children as well.
Exactly what the city of Stockholm wanted.
That said, an old traditional venue has multiple functions now. You can do a lot of things there, not only go for a drink, for example, but many other things. I mean, the same venue could accommodate yoga classes, afterworks for families, chess tournaments, and so on, as well be a sponsor for other events like sport-related activities. This benefits all parties included. Wow! Well, that sounds exciting. And apart from the multiple options, Tolerance is rewarded with discounts and vouchers for the venues. Welcome presents, exclusive parties, discounts and vouchers for the venues, restaurants and pubs, local festivals and so on, all year long with no breaks.
Getting feedback is highly important for us, and we achieve that through a virtual neighboring platform that includes both the venues and the tenant boards.
Well, I am convinced everything sounds good, but what if I'd like to suggest an event for my area, or if I have to address a complaint that I have?
Of course you can do both of those things. Simply refer to your local representative.
Does this sound interesting or not?
So, well, this journey has made clear to us that entertainment in Stockholm deserves its own identity. Today, the entertainment business is heavily impacted by COVID-19. It's currently like in a coma state. However, we believe that the current situation actually offers a great window of opportunity for the city to reset the relationship between stakeholders and become stronger than before. Also, the winter like summer, in combination with the rest of the concepts that we developed during this master program, could help to accelerate the recovery of the entertainment scene. And finally, that Slakthusområdet in particular has a unique opportunity as it is currently under development. We feel very honored to have collaborated on this project with so many stakeholders, and we wish that our outcome of this project actually contributes to the prosperity of the entertainment business in Stockholm. Thank you very much, and we will look forward for your questions, comments, and also join us in our breakout room later.